So I have found a cool project for us to work on that's going to actually hone some of your installation skills. Here it's called Illusion Diffusion. So basically it's taken one picture, say like of swirls, and and then you're telling it what you want. It's kind of making that in the style of the first image. There's some really cool stuff out there that blending secret stuff in there. This isn't quite doing that, but it is really cool, and it's a good install for us to walk through because there's just enough problems with this that is going to teach you how to push through some of this stuff. So this is run locally, and you are not downloading the models directly to your machine. What you're doing is you're running the apps locally using your own processor stuff, but you're actually going to be getting the models from Hugging Face. So here's what it looks like here. Let's say we choose this here and we do something like a space station orbiting a black hole. I don't know, something like that. And then you're just going to hit run, and now it's going to go ahead and pop this up. Now this is an online version of it. You're using other people's GPUs. Okay, so look at that. So kind of created that. I mean, you know, this ain't bad. You can make some cool stuff. I've made some interesting things with it, better than this. But the point is, it's kind of cool. It's a nice little app to have in your arsenal. So let's go ahead and install it locally. Okay. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to, let me do this really quick. We're going to have to look up here and we're going to click here where it says Files. I'm not sure if you can see that. And it's going to, back over here it said Files. And then we're going to click here, and this is the repo that we're going to get. Now what we want to do is go up here and we want to copy the repo, but we don't want this stuff that says tree main. So we're just going to click here, grab that. Okay. Then we're going to pop on over to our terminal window. Now I'm in a temp directory, so I CD'd into a temp directory. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go git clone. We're going to paste this in here just like we always do. Okay, that's easy. It's in there. So let's get into the directory, CD Illusion Diffusion. All right, cool. Now, as always, we want to create our virtual environment, but we're going to do something a little bit different this time. Usually we use Miniconda. I'm going to show you another way that you can do stuff using Python virtual environments. In fact, we have a video we just made about that, and I want to use it for this just because it's good practice for you guys. You're going to be wanting to use this once you start creating your own applications and packaging them to people. It's really easy to use in code, really easy to use with bat files. So this is what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and create our virtual environment. We're going to type Python -m. -m is the module we're going to use. We're going to use the module called Vim, and then we're going to give it a name. Vim. It could be anything. It could be like, this is my virtual environment folder, and you know, whatever. But then you have to type that in every time. So what you're going to see is that most people use Vim. You might probably have downloaded applications before where you've seen this folder in here, and that's what it is. So we're going to go ahead and create it. Okay, we're not going to bother installing a different Python into it because we don't need to. So there, it's done. Now, if I type you're going to see here, if I type dir/ad, that's /ad, what this does, it shows me a directory of all the folders inside this folder. And you can see it created one called Vim. Okay? And if I go cd vim, you would see that it created another one. It created these, it has scripts. So this is what happens when you run that. So we'll go cd scripts, and in here you'll see it. We got activate. So we'll go ahead and activate this thing. Okay? There it is right there. Another way that you could do that, I'll show you another way you could do that. First is deactivate it. To deactivate, here's the one thing about these Python environments. You have to be in the folder. You have to call it directly to activate it and to deactivate it. But let's go cd /period. That's going to take us back 2 folders. Oop, I went too far. So let's get back into here. Now, cd Illusion, diffusion. What is going on here? Illusion, diffusion. There we go. Okay, now let's activate the virtual environment. But this is the way you would do it in code. This is a shortcut way, so you don't have to go CD, CD, CD. So we're going to go call. And then we're going to give it the directory vim scripts, and then we'll say, what are we calling? We're calling activate.bat. And there you go. Now it's activated this. Okay. So now, just like always, we want to install our CUDA toolkit, and that's fine. We can still use Conda in here. So we will conda install -c NVIDIA CUDA toolkit equals 11.8.0. Now I believe the reason we have to use Conda for CUDA toolkit is because it actually builds it. There's some C stuff involved. So this moves it in there. Python will know where it's at. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and do our requirements. So normally we would type requirements.txt because we want to see what's inside of it. And so it's got diffusers, transformers, accelerate, all this. So that diffusers tells us that we're not going to be using local models, that we're going to be hitting the Hugging Face repositories to get our stuff from. So it's actually going to be downloading this stuff. There's our torch. It has this extra, I'm not quite sure how that works, but let's go ahead and just install it as is. So we're going to go pip install -r. And that -r says we're going to install from a file. And what's the name of the file? Requirements.txt. So we're going to go ahead and let that install for a minute. Now, we're going to pause here, but we will be right back. Download all of the models that we need, and then there we go. It's going to give us a link to run it on. So we go back to our browser, type it in there, and here we go. Okay, so there it is. We put this, so we can say gamma waves blowing through a highly stylized and colored universe. There is a space station in the distance. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and hit that run button. And look at that, actually it's running pretty fast because it's using our local stuff. And there we go. See? So there you go. Good job. We went ahead and I like that. Actually, it's kind of nice, kind of pretty. And same thing, you can, put your own photos off your own computer on that. But anyway, so there you go. We went ahead and we installed an app locally there. We created our own Python environment. We went ahead and installed requirements. We had problems with it. We fixed them. We persevered. We pressed on towards the goal, and we got this working. This isn't a bad little app. And listen, just because we ain't downloading the models, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because you can't store every model in the world. And honestly, this kind of app, like I could see myself using, but I'm not going to use all the time. It's not bad to have this set up, so if I did need it, I can just click it, just get the models, and then I'm in and out. So go over this a couple different times. Install it, delete it, install it, delete it. Go. This is really good practice on how to fix this kind of stuff. And at the beginning, when you're doing this stuff, you just get, it's too much. You see so many words, you can't figure out. This is a really good tutorial on how to troubleshoot an application and push through to success. So keep succeeding, keep sharing your stuff that you're making with me. I want to see it. Go ahead, like this video if it's been a help, and share it with others. So see you later. Have a good night, and catch you later.